Hello and welcome. This is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
Did you hear what I said? There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
What's going on, freaks? I don't know if that camera is live or what. They seem pretty still. The dogs could be a still frame. Don't know. And we're probably one of the only channels that's going to be covering that. Alright, well there you go. As you can see, when I'm covering something else, but I get punished when I cover something less popular. That's why you get like 70 people, 100 people, and people just are like, wait a minute, Nancy. You know, it's just crazy. Like, how about you people be interested in, you know, other stuff, you know. I like covering other stuff. Unfortunately, these days you kind of have to stick with one thing or you get killed, just like this month. Let's see. Yeah, well, it's too bad you haven't looked too much into it. You probably were watching every single show on Nancy Guthrie over and over and over again when there's really nothing now. You know, there's nothing new or anything. You know, now you got the 8 crazy theory videos. Oh my God. Ugh. Yeah, anybody can make a video like that. Let's see. Well, you didn't have to read up on anything since we've gone over it 50,000, you know, the whole thing over here. Anyways, we're going to start off with the Austin shooting here. Because they came out, they released a bunch of body camera footage. Alright? Yeah, you didn't have to read up on anything. They've arrested, you're talking about the 2 girls in the suitcase? They've arrested, there's also 3 women killed in Utah. There's 3 different cases that we're covering. So I don't know which one you're talking about when you say that. Yeah. Alright, so in the Austin shooting, you guys remember that one, right? At the bar. It was like maybe possibly a terrorist attack. I mean, I'm sure it was, actually. He was wearing an Iranian shirt, etc. There it is. Yeah, right here. This is where the green light bar was. I don't know if we can figure out where that other shot was, but anyways, here is some surveillance. And by the way, whenever we do surveillance, the support for the channel is 0. We're currently at 0. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. All right, here's one of them. It's 2:02 in the morning.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you.
You're saying it's an AR-15. AR-15 or what?
Down! Everybody down! 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 Where is he?
Where? We don't know. Right there, right there.
Hey!
Yeah, so I think he's... Yeah, he was standing right on the road there. So that was the guy, they confronted him and they got him. There's better shots of it. Hey, thanks, Phyllis.
Front here, 2 shots fired, 1 down.
Hey, don't move!
6 on west side. Black light sweater, light camouflage.
Yeah, there was that one. And these are all the ones that they released. So I guess this is a wider, well, let's see, they must have, this is a different size screen. Maybe I can make it like that. A little bit bigger. This one doesn't have audio on it. See, everybody's running. Hell, this must be a camera right on the... Maybe like right up on top of that building right there. Because it's hanging out over the street. Yeah, maybe right there. Perhaps there's another one on the other side, but yeah, it was hanging out over the street. So I mean, it could be something over here too. I don't know, but so I guess maybe that's him over there. Yeah, he's just walking like a zombie over there. Thanks, Kim. And then they took him out, see that? Like there's somebody coming up on him with a flashlight. Alright, so we got that, and then this one's creepy as hell, this one. I think they probably end up killing this person, I think. I'm gonna make this easier to... Huh. It's weird. It kind of, this one cuts off. There's a guy that runs by right over here, and he, let's see. Oh yeah, you see the person running, and he must, they cut it off right there, so he probably ended up killing that person, I would think. Hey, thanks, Crowley. 13. So that was really clear. Let's see. I think this is one we haven't seen. Yeah, there we go.
Where is it? Where is it? Over there, over there, over there, over there, over there. He's on 6th Street. Where is it? Where is it? Push up! Shots fired! Shots fired! The suspect is down!
So this is probably the guy that came in with the flashlight.
Stop moving! Stop moving! Don't move! Don't move! I'm on the suspect! Move here now! I'm on the 6th and west!
Crazy. Alright, then we got some the 911 call here. These are all things that they released today.
Yo, get down! Hello, this is Austin 911. Need police, fire, EMS.
Yeah. This is my first time seeing this. Well, yeah, because it just came out today.
Go that way. Hello? I know, there's nothing you can do. Go.
This is the Austin terror attack shooting from a couple nights ago.
Go behind there. Hello, this is Austin 911. Try to help. Hello, this is Austin 911. Y'all, go and get down over there. It's not safe. Y'all, go. Hello? You need to go that way and get down. Hello, this is Austin 911. There's been a shooting at Buford's on 6th Street. There are people dead over here. There have been multiple people shot. We need help right now.
That was more gunshots.
And then this one.
Hi, Buford on 6th Street, there was gunfire. The cops are here, but everybody...
Is anybody with you, Sean?
Yeah, there's like, no, nobody shot within me, but I heard like 6 gunshots from inside. Everybody ducked down on the bottom floor. It sounded like it was from the...
104
We're just right outside. We're hiding between cars.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay.
We're behind you, bro. So we didn't run...
You heard gunshots from inside?
Yes, there's cops running towards it, but just more would help out. There were 6 gunshots, and there was 3 more on the street beside Buford, towards the right, looking south. There was about 3 more. I think those were the cops fighting against it. There's also more sirens coming in.
Yes, we have a lot of help on the way, okay? Stay in a safe place. I need to go to answer another 911 call, okay?
Go for it. Thank you. We're in between. We're fine. We're in between cars. But answer another call, please.
Yeah, stay
We're all
hidden,
safe.
okay?
We're all safe.
All right.
We're all safe. Thank you.
Crazy. And then they do have traffic. The scanner audio, but it's doesn't exist on Broadcastify or anything.
George 301's going 23. Units hold the air. They heard 6 or 7 gunshots. We have a direction of travel of suspect. Checking.
George 301, I see a black Chevy Tahoe. It's going to be DR43. I do have one victim. Looks like he's possibly shot in. We're right here on the side street. It's going to be a male.
Clear, 1 shot.
DR43. Also be advised, we probably have about 6 or 8 people that have actually been shot.
Clear. RTF2, we're going 23 with the medics. Is it clear to bring them in?
George 301 is going to need to be a citywide ONA.
Clear, citywide ONA.
We're calling as many officers as we can get. We have a lot of people running out. We need to make this a crime scene as soon as we can.
Clear, citywide ONA has been started.
Unknown on where the suspect went. All we have is a white SUV.
George 505, I'll be in command. RTF1 is 23.
Clear.
George 709, I'm in command.
George 709.
RTF2, I have command. We're inside here first. We have at least 1 victim. Making patient contact.
Responding units, we need you guys to clear 6th Street. We need EMS to have a route of ingress.
George 505, AXP is going to be 6 in Rio, 6 in Rio.
Rank 302 to responding units. I cannot stress this enough. You guys need to keep 6th Street clear. Shut it down if you have to.
Baker 780 on George. Just to let y'all know, you pretty much got the city coming to you. Do you want them to stage at the main and dispatch from there? What do you guys need?
709, there are additional shots being fired.
Clear additional shots being fired.
Rank 302, that was to the west. That was to the west.
Those shots were on the on West Avenue.
Rank 302, they're saying it's an AR-15. AR-15 to the west. He's on 6th Street.
On 5th Street.
Top fire! Top fire! The top is go!
Wow.
Shots fired.
Fired, 1 down, 6 on West House. Black male, light sweater, light camo.
I'm on the suspect! Move to you now! I'm on the 6th! And left!
Wow, that's crazy. Jesus. Yeah, at least they took him out pretty quick. You know, this one's really eerie though. Like that's him walking around. I wonder what that is. I think he came from kind of over here. I don't know. I don't think it really matters now where that was, but. Or if he, yeah, he didn't. I don't think he came around the back. Maybe he was over here. Oh, there it is. Wow, he was way over there. Jesus, you gotta be kidding me. Wow. Look at that. I was looking for that building right there. That's got to be it, right? I mean, how could that not be the building? Let's see. So that's just like right here, right? Let me just see if I go down to the ground. Here, move over. Is that? I think that's exactly where this is. I think there might even be a street view right there. Yep, perfect. Oh, they have a camera up on a tree? I mean, that's just crazy. Okay, that's exactly where this is, right here in this parking spot. So what was it that filmed him? Maybe a camera on one of these things? I don't know, it's pretty wild though, isn't it? Where that camera was. Oh, that's quite a ways away, so I mean, not really far, but that means he was over here, and then he worked his way over there and then started shooting people. All right, anyways, I guess that's it for that. But, you know, I just thought I'd show it to you since we didn't see it. Now we're listening. We got to hear the scanner audio and just how it all kind of went down. You know, he was shooting people and then police showed up and took him out. I think he shot people with a handgun prior to that. Thank you, Alley Cake. And thanks up there to Wild Bill Wassman, Crowley, Kim from Rochester, Phyllis Watson. All right, so now we're going to switch over to the case of the two girls that were killed in Cleveland and then by their mother and then put into suitcases. and put into a park. Crazy, right next to their house. Her house. She lived right there. That's where she lived, and Suitcase is right over here, but they released... I ordered some more body, we'll see if we can find it, but one of the news channels put out some body camera footage. And so I've got that. But any chance we could get some support for the channel tonight? I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Playing this, but really to answer
Looks
some of
like,
the questions many of you have.
19 News.
If you go, you can see.
It's on 19 News. Here's the witness who found the bodies.
You can see
One of the bodies in the suitcase.
From back here, it's all the way straight to the back.
Close to that sign?
Yeah, see the little black...
Straight ahead in front of me? Okay.
Straight,
it's a suitcase?
It's a suitcase. I've been walking past it for about a week now because I take my dog. I stay right here.
Yeah, we all
I take my dog. I
we all
usually
do.
walk her through there and then come around here.
Okay.
And for the last week, she's been stopped. It was like a mound of dirt. She's been stopped and sniffing like a little too long.
Okay.
And today I was like, well, I'm going to take it. I hope it's not what I'm...
Right.
And it was halfway buried. It's about this thick. It's about halfway buried. I pulled it up, unzipped it. I couldn't really see. And I opened it up and head.
Buried under the dirt it was?
Yeah, halfway. You can see a little part of it sticking out.
And you said you noticed it for about a week already?
Yeah, it's been sitting over there. It's like somebody buried it or tried to bury it. And like I said, I walked my dog over there and she keeps stopping it. She sniff a little too long.
Right.
She sniffs stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Right.
I'm not with it. And today I was just like, let me see what that really is.
Okay.
It's back there.
All right,
I pulled it up so it's kind of standing up and it stinks like hell.
Okay. You right here?
Yeah.
What was your name, sir? Okay. I will check it out. I'll be with you. Thank you.
Here, I'm going to put it in here.
With it. And today I was just like, let me see what that really is.
Okay.
It's back there.
All right,
I pulled it up so it's kind of standing up and it stinks like hell.
Okay. You right here?
Yeah.
What was your name, sir? Okay. I will check it out. I'll be with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Cherokee stand through, rather.
Agent Lincoln. Radio.
See, what's weird is the other dirt area, I think, is right around in here. And in fact, I'm almost positive because we found, I think, this, like that, and this, and that are probably the same thing. Just given where that is. See how there's the bush coming out, and I think that's probably in the same spot. So that's probably right there, whatever that little area is. But this person, the officer, doesn't know that when he's walking by. They don't show the body or anything like that, but they show the suitcase.
I got you.
The officer at this point is waiting for backup. You'll hear a conversation that he also needs someone to bring him.
Yeah, that's what we were saying yesterday, Kim. Probably, that's why we brought up the Hart family. It seems like she probably had these 2 kids from 2 different parents, really didn't give a damn, and totally neglectful, and ended up dying for whatever reason. Maybe they were starved to death, killed intentionally that day, or they were, exposed to drugs somehow and died. Whatever it is, the mother was charged with murder, so.
A flashlight. Keep in mind, this is just the first of 2 suitcases
and
that
they're
were
100% connected, because if you go online, you can see the same case number is assigned to her and this case, just them showing up here.
were found after the body was discovered, and this one they.
But hey, guys, while you're watching this, if there's any chance you guys could help support the channel tonight, we're currently at about 1/30th of a nightly goal, so if you guys have the ability, we're already 30 minutes in, another slow start. We dared to not keep covering the Nancy Guthrie case every single day, and everybody told me, hey, yeah, great, no, we'll be here for all those other ones. So if you guys could help support the channel, even when we're not covering Nancy Guthrie, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
Start searching that entire wood line that you see, and they do eventually find a second suitcase with another body in it. Again,
Hey, are you still inside the district? Okay. I was gonna have you grab my flashlight, but that's all right. When you get up here, if you go down 162, like I went up Saranac, 162, you can just pull in this parking lot for this Ginn Academy.
Yeah, so inside of that suitcase, there's a body in fetal position. Then there's another, after this, just down the way, he passed it, there's another hole where another suitcase with another body in it. Two children, they're half siblings. They're 2 girls, so that means they're half sisters, 2 different fathers, 1 mother.
You'll see me back here. So I haven't opened it yet. The dude I talked to, the caller, he said that there was this suitcase partially buried in the ground that he said he's been noticing for a week, and his dog keeps trying to get to it. So he said that he pulled it out today and to see what was in there, because it was kind of heavy, and he noticed a head, and he just left it and called the police. So I'll just wait till you guys get here before I open it. All right. Yeah, just come down towards Midland, and as soon as you get to the last drive for the school, you'll just pull in there. I'm in the back. All right.
So again, this officer is going to wait for backup. It does take a couple of minutes to get here. He is going to start to do just a little bit of a preliminary search.
Yeah.
Wait for the other officers to arrive. Let's remind you what we know about.
A flashlight in the sergeant's office. Are you able to run it up to me? I'm on this call.
I don't know if anybody heard what I just said a minute ago, but if we could please get the support for the channel going, I'd really appreciate it. We do these shows every single night. The channel relies on the people watching to support it, and if you have the ability to, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
On 162. Yeah, so if you go in there, right in front of, on the side of the refrigerator, you'll see a flashlight. And then I'm on that call on 162nd and Midland. Appreciate it. Thanks, Gil.
The police used DNA from the inspection of the bodies from the medical
half siblings
home that's in this same area, on really across the street from this area. They served a search warrant yesterday, were able to collect a lot more evidence, and in fact, an arrest was made of a 28-year-old woman. That's as far as Cleveland police are going. We know through Cuyahoga County Sheriff Department records that a 28-year-old woman, Aaliyah Henderson, was arrested yesterday evening. and was booked, or at least arrested, on charges of murder and child endangering. The police have not connected the two names, but in both cases we're talking about the Cleveland police have identified a 28-year-old woman who was arrested in connection with the two suitcases, and then you have the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department that booked a woman, 28 years old, Aaliyah Henderson, for and what will eventually be charges. She was arrested on charges of murder and child endangering. So we'll let you watch the rest of the video as his backup is about to arrive, but again, out of sensitivity, we are going to stop before the officer reaches for the zipper to open that suitcase. In no
right over there, I think, is the other one.
No way, shape, or form would we ever show that. This is where the officer walks down. If you look just at the bottom of the screen there is another area of disturbed dirt. Not entirely sure if that was the location of the second suitcase, but we know it was along that same tree line. His backup is just pulling up, and we'll take you through the rest of this video.
D15 radio, can you show me at 5, working on 3 reports and Mark taking in there in property?
I copy. Yeah, 3-4 radio. Yeah, bye.
Is everybody here? Like, nobody's made a comment in like 20 minutes.
3-4, go ahead.
I always tell you guys about this. It's just insane. Nothing happens when nobody's communicating.
I copy 1834. Radio to Body 14. His listed address is going to be in Euclid. They did have a possible callback. It's from last September. It's 216-463-2233. It's from last September. It's 216.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's right there.
463-2233.
Maybe. Could be right here, too. Because there's that. Let's see. I think that's probably... Yeah, you know what? Maybe there's something underneath whatever this is right there. Because if you look at this one, I think that here is probably that thing. Let's see if there's another... There should be something white right there to the left. Yeah, see. And I think that's what that is right there. So that means this is probably...
2233.
Yeah, it's just to the... It's a little bit north, I mean... Yeah. It's right there. It's crazy. Thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Yeah, I think it's right under whatever this is, right in there.
Can you repeat the last 4 digits of that phone number?
Oh, we got a challenge? Marty said he'll do basically 5 coffees in the Yeah, I mean, this is equivalent to 5 memberships. So if you guys give 5 memberships, he'll donate 5 coffees. What do you mean just watching the video? What does that mean? Great, you're just watching the video. All right, thanks.
Yep, last score is going to be 2233.
Thanks, Allie Cake and Wild Bill West. How's it going, Marty? I was looking at the screen trying to figure that out. I didn't see you pop in.
Copy that. I ain't opened it yet. I left my flashlight. Oh, you got a flashlight. We're gonna have to look and see. I mean, it's like partially buried. He said it was sticking out for like a week. He finally decided to open it up. I just want to see. You flash your light on. I just want to see if there's any blood or anything on it. No?
So you reach down to unzip it, but they cut it off right there. So apparently that exists. If I get it, I guess I can describe what I see. But all right, we need 2 more gifted channel memberships to reach Marty's challenge. And then we're going to need a few more challenges. Yeah, so here's the actual incident report I went out and found. It says, on March 2nd, thanks John Smith. On March 2nd, 2026, while assigned to Zone Car 5, 834 with P.O. Robinson, we received a radio broadcast to respond to Midland Avenue and East 162nd Street in connection with a suspicious activity call. Upon arrival, along with 5S33 Sergeant Horvath, we observed a suitcase partially buried in a field. The suitcase appeared abandoned and out of place. We approached the suitcase and unzipped it to check if its contents. Upon opening it, we observed what appeared to be a human body inside, positioned in a fetal position. The body's gender was unknown at the time, however, feet and dreadlocks were visible. We immediately secured the scene and requested additional units. All right, guys, we need another gifted membership to reach Marty's goal. While on scene with additional responding units, including homicide, SIU, and crime scene personnel, a second suitcase with a body inside was located approximately 25 feet from the first suitcase. The second suitcase was also secured as part of the crime scene. The medical examiner later specified, hey, thanks, Sandy Shirley. The medical examiner later specified that the remains were those of 2 unidentified females. Both decedents were transported to the morgue for further examination and identification. The scene was processed by a crime scene unit and turned over to homicide for further investigation. So this is Jane Doe. That doesn't really say anything. There's no, the height was redacted. Everything. There's really nothing on this at all. So that didn't have anything. Oh yeah, so let me keep that open there. Yeah, you did the challenge, yeah. Well, so did John Smith too. So right here is the case number. See that? 61673 up there? 61673. So then you open up this booking report. And look at 61673. Okay, so this person is absolutely connected, Aaliyah Henderson. Now that the case numbers are the same, right? There's no arguing it now. The case numbers are the same. She is female. It says facial hair, whatever the hell that means. Race, black, complexion, ethnicity, not of Hispanic. Date of birth. I guess over here it says facial hair, complexion, age 28, juvenile, no. Eye color brown. She's 5'3", 140 pounds. I guess they say they didn't answer if she had facial hair. That's what. There's no answer. If there were answers, it'd be over here. So they just have height, weight, nothing else. And she did have murder charges as well, but I don't know why there's no, count here. Maybe they haven't filled it out yet, but murder and then endangering children, right there. Yeah, good for you. What difference? Just telling us about it doesn't do us any good. H1 Jen. Hey everybody, I heard this. Okay, good for you. It'd be better if you said, "Hey Gray, I just sent you an email that has the 911 call in it." Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see. What do we got here? I don't know. I think there was a picture of her in one of these articles. Well, we know where the Aaliyah lived, right over here. Right there. Right. Send me the call, H1. Well, I'll let you know if it's valid or not. Okay? Go ahead and send it. We'll see if we can put it together. I'm not sure why a guy with a shovel would be knocking on somebody's door if they just buried 2 suitcases. That'd be pretty weird. Yeah, I don't believe anything that people type in unless I see it. You guys know that over the years. It's the way it works. What's that face, Coco Love? Yeah, this crime radar app. Yeah. I found this 911 call. A guy across the street. From the remains, an unknown man with a shovel banging on the door. Right. Well, the mom's the one that was arrested. Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can see it. All right. You'd have to send it to me, though, for me to believe it. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get. We need a few more challenges or something going on in here tonight, you guys. Already an hour in. We're only at 40% of a goal. Struggling yet again, right out of the gate. My email's right here. Yes, that's what she looked like. So it looks like she doesn't look quite as good as she used to look, or whatever. I don't know. But,
is recalled near East 162nd Street in Midland.
that's the
Body of a second young girl. Investigators say the victims were 10-year-old Amar Wilson and 8-year-old Mila Chapman. DNA.
I didn't know they gave the names out. That must be just now. Updated at 8:53. That wasn't in the earlier.
Testing revealed they were half sisters.
I remember them building tents.
10-year-old Amar Wilson and 8-year-old Mila Chapman. DNA testing revealed they were half sisters.
I remember them building tents in the living room and making pallets on the floor and having a girls' night, just doing stuff like.
That's the father of one of the victims.
Kids.
Deshaun Chapman told 3 News he had been trying for years to gain custody. He says both.
See, doesn't it? I told you guys this is going to turn out to be like the Hart family. Just the same, you know. They wouldn't give him custody. She got it.
Fathers
And
offered
killed
to
him.
take the girls in, but claim they were unable to locate the mother.
I love both of them. Both of them don't deserve this.
Police say detectives have recovered substantial evidence in the case. Cleveland City Councilman Mike Polensik, who represents the ward where this happened, says the arrest brings a small measure of comfort to the community.
The community is relieved but saddened. There's 2 young children that are gone. Their whole future is gone. We have no idea what happened, what they went through toward the end of their lives.
Polensik also noted the girls were allegedly homeschooled and lived in what
God.
appeared to be
I see. Homeschooled, just like the Hart family. See, and the reason they're homeschooled is so that abuse can happen without them reporting it to the school. See, this, I told you guys. And now it's just everything is going to be the same.
a well-kept house. But he says many questions still remain.
Hopefully now we can
Well,
get...
send me the article that you're talking about so I can put it on the air instead of just mentioning it. You know what I mean? How did the article just show up a minute ago from years ago for you guys? How did it just show up? Is it something that somebody posted somewhere? Or?
to the bottom of what happened, exactly what happened here. And these kids can rest in peace.
Police say Henderson is facing 2 counts of aggravated murder. The cause and manner of the girls' deaths are still under investigation. Meanwhile, a child was located inside the home where Henderson was arrested and appeared to be in good health. The Department of Children and Family Services has since taken custody.
No, just cannot imagine.
Where's this article you guys are talking about?
Appreciate it.
How do I get it? Where did it show up at? What does it even mean? Rainbow something something. I have no idea. It just showed up randomly on a Google search or what? Yeah, nothing shows up now because her name's prolific from what she just got arrested for. So I don't know what you guys are referring to. Okay, you got it? Okay. How does it just randomly show up? Like in an article somewhere. Was it in somebody else's article or what? Now, there is another person with the same name that died not too long ago. Hey, thanks, Marty, for the coffees. Oh, this is from. So it's referring to an article. Okay, I see. But this article's from today. Is this what you're talking about? This one? On Thursday, when the name emerged of the mother's arrest in the deaths of the two girls whose bodies were discovered inside a suitcase, we checked our archives. Oh, we found... Okay, right here. Well, it didn't work. Mentioning Aaliyah Henderson and her daughter, Honor Wilson, then 3, and Mila Chapman, almost 2. The story by reporter Bree Zeltner. Here, let's see. Aaliyah Henderson, Bree. Well, what year would that have been? I don't know. I don't see it. Hey, any chance you guys could help support the channel? See, I wanted to have, I'm serious, you guys. I just want to have a night where I don't have to keep asking over and over and over again. I need the support to keep going. We're already so far behind this month. We have had no great days. 2 subpar days and 3 just sort of normal ones. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not sure what's going on. The story by reporter Bree Zeltner with photos of Lisa DeLong was part of our regular ongoing healthcare coverage. The feature focused on University Hospital's program called Rainbow Connects, which aims to identify and meet families' basic needs. At a pediatric visit, which the children attended with their mother and grandmother, Henderson told Rainbow Connects volunteers that she needs help with baby clothes, furniture, and diapers. Thanks, Richard Watts. DeLong captured the family and the visit. Henderson, 28, is now charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder. Their bodies were found in a partial buried suitcase. Yeah, so it's like later on, she just ends up killing him. They don't say what year. No, it was 2019. Here, let me see if I can find that then. Hold on. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's Yahoo. No wonder. Who the hell uses Yahoo anymore? Alright, you guys, if you could please help support the channel tonight, I'd really appreciate it. March 19th, 2019. And what was the name of the... that was 2019. just typing in. I don't know, man, you guys. Yeah, no, doesn't exist. Maybe it's in an archive, but you can't find it. I can't find the actual, you know, I typed in Aaliyah Henderson. Well, anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's just like an old story. It has no bearing on this. Mm-hmm. What do you mean at a week? Suitcase presence at a week. That doesn't make sense. Hey, thanks, Wild Bill. It's almost like when I talk, it just deaf ears. You know, people don't hear what I'm. We need. You know, this is what our channel does. Yeah. All right, let's see.
Barney 14, can you handle this property crime report on East 162nd?
Send it.
Thank you. It's at 682 East 162nd.
Let's see. 682 162nd. So right there. How does this website work here? This crime radar one. They just happen to have all the 911 calls are just sitting right there on a. And how do you look up something on there? On that crime radar site, how do you look something up? It just looks like you sent a link that just sort of went to this. I like to be able to like recreate something. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake.
You're going to see Destiny McWhorter. She says the unknown male was beating on the door with a shovel. Suspect is no longer on scene, but she wants to document it.
That is pretty weird, I guess. I mean, let me do that again.
Barney 14, can you handle this property crime report on East 162nd?
Send it.
Thank you. It's at 682 East 162nd. You're going to see Destiny McWhorter. She says the unknown male was beating on the door with a shovel. Suspect is no longer on.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, how that would be connected. I mean, what would be the reason somebody would pound on a door with a shovel? I mean, it'd be freaky, you know, to be that person. But, you know. Thanks, Wild Bill. I just don't understand how I mean, the date seems reasonable, but what would be the case? You know, you're banging because you saw somebody else doing something, and then you go, oh, I don't want to get involved. Like you saw her doing it, you ran over, you grabbed the shovel, then you banged on the door to get somebody, and then you said, oh, screw it, I don't want to be involved. You know, I mean, it just seems far-fetched. Nah, it doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't he then have called later? H1? I mean, it could, you know. I mean, it is kind of, what are the odds that in the same area, you know, a week and something prior, you have somebody with a shovel banging on a door? I mean, it is kind of interesting. Thanks, Coco Love. Yeah, but you guys see the difference in here? Like, we're not covering Nancy Guthrie. So we only have 160 people watching. And even the people watching, the support isn't anywhere near the same as it would have been if we'd been doing Nancy Guthrie. And people go, that's not true. No, it is true. I've done experiments. We've been doing this. It's crazy. It's wild. It says something about AI. What do you mean? Well, I see the site, Crime Radar. I just don't know how it works. Maybe I'll put it over here and see if I can... I'm just not sure how it gets, you know, the 911 call so quick. How did it show up like that? Yeah, it is true. It is true. So we need, is anybody else out there interested in doing a challenge of some sort to help get the ball rolling in here? Because currently we are over an hour in and just like 34 or 5%. Not even that. I mean, we're at like, let's see, let me do the math. 25%. Really about 23. Well, what good would the auctioneer do, John? And does some AI magic. Well, 911 calls don't normally show up on... Well, maybe that wasn't really a 911 call. That was a dispatcher. You know, the thing is, I did download the dispatch. We just couldn't find it in there. I mean, there's so much going on in that town. So maybe it does show up in there somewhere, you know? Why does it keep doing this?
Thanks for joining us tonight. We begin with breaking news. This evening, a 28-year-old woman has been arrested and charged in connection to the deaths of two young girls found dead inside suitcases on Cleveland's east side.
Aaliyah Henderson, whom you see there on your screen, is now facing
at.
charges as investigators work to piece together the circumstances of this horrific discovery. Natalie Clydesdale spoke to a man who claims to be one of the girls' fathers. He shares his heartbreak, his frustrations, and the questions he still has.
Yeah.
I hate you. You selfish. You're a monster.
A man who says he's the father of one of the
That's what I
young
wanted
girls
to
found
play.
inside suitcases, partially buried in a field in Cleveland's Collinwood neighborhood, has strong words for the woman police say is responsible.
You had help. You had support. You didn't want to take it.
On Thursday, Cleveland police announced 28-year-old Aaliyah Henderson has been charged in the gut-wrenching case.
How you doing, sir?
Police were called near East 162nd Street and Midland Avenue, right next to Ginn Academy, just after 6 o'clock Monday night, after a dog walker made the grim discovery.
It's a suitcase. I've been walking past it for about a week now, and I walk my dog over there, and she keeps stopping it. She sniff a little too long. I pulled it up, unzipped it. I couldn't really see, and I opened it up.
Girl. Investigators say the victims were 10-year-old Amar Wilson and 8-year-old Mila Chapman. DNA testing revealed they were half-sisters.
I remember them building tents in the living room and making pallets on the floor and having a girls' night, just doing stuff like being kids.
Deshaun Chapman told 3 News he had been trying for years to gain custody. He says both fathers offered to take the girls in, but claim they were unable to locate the mother.
I love both of them. Both of them don't deserve this.
Police say detectives have recovered substantial evidence in the case. Cleveland City Councilman Mike Polensik, who represents the ward where this happened, says the arrest brings a small measure of comfort to the community.
The community is relieved but saddened. There's 2 young children that are gone. Their whole future is gone. We have no idea what happened, what they went through toward the end of their lives.
Polensik also noted the girls were allegedly homeschooled and lived in what appeared to be a well-kept house. But he says many questions still remain.
Hopefully now
sounded
we can
pretty
get to the
accurate.
bottom of what happened, exactly.
They
what
gave the
happened.
address correctly.
And these kids can rest in peace.
Police say Henderson is facing 2 counts of aggravated murder. The cause and manner of the
I don't
girls'
think it's
deaths
inventing
are still
calls, is it?
under investigation. Meanwhile, a child was located inside the home where Henderson was arrested and appeared to be in good health. The Department of Children and Family Services has since taken custody.
Oh, just cannot imagine for this family. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
On today's show, the Dallas Mavericks lose to the Magic. Cooper Flagg, though, proves his two-way impact.
God, imagine having to listen to that. Hey, thanks, Saint. God. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Because there's these lists that goes all the way through. But it seems like there's just tons and tons of, like, I don't know how you'd have to go back a million years to get to the, let me type in page, up here, go to like page 20. And that's still just the 5th. I mean, that's crazy. How about 500? Oh, that's the 22nd. Isn't that the day we were looking at? Open window report, suspicious open window. It's funny. I thought it was the 22nd, right? What time was it at? It was, I'm just trying to reinvent this. I just want to see if I can figure out how to do this. So this was at 7:35 p.m. No, that's this time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little brown pit in the back of our car.
That's not the one. Where the hell's the one? I gotta go find it again. Hey, thanks. Oh, we got a challenge in here? Oh, looks like Marty's doing another one. Hey, thanks. Very cool. We got 5 coffees for 5 memberships. All right, so we got Phyllis Watson, Wild Bill Watson, of course. And anyways, thanks. Well, thanks to, let's see, Sandy, and, oh, we had one earlier from Gail, PayPal's. Okay. Let me try. I'm just trying to recreate this. So that was apparently at 12:21 p.m. All right, so that would just be barely. So that must be up on. It could almost be on the same page. So let's go to page 499. $490. Okay, so probably 493. I don't know how you would find a specific thing, though. I mean, there must be a way to search a street or something. All right, so it must be the previous page. We're looking for 1221. Okay, next page. Let's see if it shows up in here. 1220. Oh. All right, maybe the next page. Right there. Man beat on door with shovel, then left scene. I mean, the thing about assault isn't true, but the address, the lady actually mentioned it on there. So there you go. You can just pull up a map and say, what, like circle an area and say, was there any calls inside of this? Let me see what Lisa Val's, her critique article says. Firearms discharge. Local police warn against new crime app spreading dangerous false reports. Firearm discharged at elementary school. Yeah. Yeah, see, I bet the audio itself is real, right? I mean, I could see them putting out, just like ChatGPT, you know, just put something out there, but caution regarding information shared from a new mobile application, Crime Radar, stating that the app frequently provides false or misleading details. Yeah, but I think if you're just listening to the call, that should be good, right? Not the description or whatever. You know, they said assault. Well, is it really an assault? No. I mean, it's obviously audio, unless they're actually faking the audio too. But anyways, did you guys do the meet the challenge up there? We had 1, 2, and then it just went. We need 3 more gifted channel memberships up there to reach Marty's challenge. All right, thank you. Yeah, the transcript isn't accurate, but they found a call in that area. Well, I mean, that is something. I guess we'll have to wait and see if that's relevant at all. It just seems almost, ludicrous that somebody would have a shovel and then be banging on a door. Maybe they found the shovel. Maybe this lady here, Aaliyah, borrowed a shovel from here and then just sort of chucked it in the yard over here. And then a guy walking by says, "Hey, is this your shovel?" Yeah. All right, you guys, we need 3 more gifted channel memberships up there. So it'd be cool if you guys would just do, when people do the challenges, that I don't have to be the shepherding the challenge. That people just did it. Because it's really the only way to make this happen here. Now, there's no or. There's no or. It doesn't make any sense that a guy, he buries a body and then pounds on a door. Hey! Just letting you know, I was over there burying. Yeah, that's not happening. Hey, thanks, Coco Love. We're currently about 33% of just the minimum goal tonight, so not even that, about 30%. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, I think we have all the information. So, 28-year-old Aaliyah Henderson, who lives right here, had 2 children who she was homeschooling because she was likely trying to hide the abuse that she was inflicting on the children over the years. And the biological father wasn't able to get custody, and apparently she would move around a lot, just like the Hart family. And then she ends up killing them, I would imagine, just starving them to death, or at some point just thought, oh, you're hindering my life, you're getting too old, whatever, and kills them, throws them into suitcases, buries them there, and then she has been arrested, and we're just going to have to wait and see what the probable cause document says, the cause of death, etc. Hey, thanks, Coco Love. So we need 2 more gifted channel memberships, you guys. Yeah, apparently somebody said she does. The guy that was talking said that she has another kid. So maybe she just wanted to focus all her energy on that person. Maybe it's a new love interest. And those other 2, after all, were just children from other men that she wanted to impress. Didn't give a shit about the children, so ended up killing them after a while. Yeah, well, it's the theory that I put out pretty much, I don't know, yesterday for sure, but I mean, wasn't it, I don't know, was it 2 days ago we were doing the Hart family? I think it was 2 days ago. And then yesterday we brought it up again. Because it just seems so obvious, you know? This is one of those ones, because somebody mentioned that the kids looked like they were malnourished. And as soon as I heard that, I go, bam, this sounds like this could be the Hart family. And then here we go. It just got worse and worse. Now it's exactly the same. I mean, homeschooling, whatever. There might be a whole nother reason behind the scenes. The Hart family killed the kids because the jig was up, that their little liberal community would finally realize they were actually barbarians, not these, hey, hey, yeah, they weren't those. All right, Marty up there has given a generous challenge. So if you guys can get 2 more gifted channel memberships, it'll reach his challenge. Thank you. Hey, hey, there it is right there, listen. See right there, Devontae Hart is on that guy's lap. And he's singing. And his stupid ass parents are in the crowd pretending to just be so in tune with nature. And remember that one video they made, for God's sakes? With the whole family up in the mountains, and they're like, in canoes or whatever. I mean, it just, God, it was just sick. Sick stuff. Hey, what was the name of that guy? It was something like Judd or something, right? Wasn't it Rudd or... You remember that, Zozo? You're good at remembering that stuff. Hey, thanks, Miss Kyla. Okay, so we need 1 more gifted membership to reach Marty's goal in here, you guys. So he gave 5 coffees for 5 channel memberships. Yeah, Xavier Rudd, right? There you go. That's what it was. See, I told you to remember it. I don't remember how I was able to, what was the connection to that? And by the way, look, there's right there, that's the van upside down there. Hey, thanks, Honeybee Fly. I'm trying to go back and find that. Wow. Yeah, just looking at this, you know, there he is. I remember that guy. Yeah, see, these are old here. I bet he got rid of that video. Mm-hmm. It's got to be kind of more around in like this time frame. Oh, you can tell he's Ozzy in that one. Let's see. It sounds like he's about to sing. There's a fried out combi on a hippie trail, head full of zombie. Yeah. Actually, he wasn't the one that filmed that, right? I mean, that wasn't him. It was like Xavier Rudd and the Hart family. I don't think he filmed. I mean, that wasn't his production. It was just somebody. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, look at that right there.
The changes they will.
I'm gonna see. I'll show you. Ah, Jesus. Oh. Oh yeah, here it is. Look. So here's Devontae Hart, one of the three wacko nutjob, you know, poser. I think can't you see their picture in here somewhere? Like the let's see. I think Jennifer and Sarah just right up.
Your eyes. You know, some people just won't understand. Won't understand. Oh, hey, oh,
there it is. There's hey, oh, yeah, the losers. Oh yeah. Let's send our kid up there in a giraffe outfit and do this little hug and pretend that we're so in tune with nature, everybody. Devontae's, he's probably really crying. He's probably saying, "Can you get me the hell out of here?" Hey, Mom, did I do good? See how stunted the growth of these kids are? Like, their heads are really big. They got these small bodies. You get it? That's just crazy. They look like they're bones. Oh, look at. Oh, look at this. Look at. Okay, here's Sarah. Right there. That's Sarah, and this is Jennifer. Look at these poser liberal nutjobs, okay? You know, they're at this event. Oh, look at the... Oh, you guys are so in tune with nature. If you could just feed them some food every once in a while. I just remember, I think after we saw this, I go, boom, I know what the answer is. This thing was just Sick shit, man, is what it was. Ugh, God. Makes me want to vomit. Look at us, man. We're so in tune. Complete garbage. Well, so that was the suitcase one. And then we're going to do this one now. The next one. Okay. Yeah, we could definitely, we're currently at about 40% now. So if you guys everybody wants to do another challenge, that'd be great. Oh, and thanks again, Marty, for the bucket of coffee. All right, thank you, man. Very cool. Gives us a shot. Gives us a shot. I ordered more like the body camera footage from this. I want my own version where it's clear. You know, you always get the secondhand one. We'll have, I said, any body camera footage, and then I asked for the probable cause document or, you know, arrest affidavit, whatever the hell it is. And, you know, that'd be good to see, right? I don't know, did I? A PayPal. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. I just saw it just now. Well, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Overcompensation and excess virtue signal. Yeah, exactly. It just I can't stand that shit. I think that's all. The whole thing just makes me nauseated. You know, and they knew that their whole facade of being just so in tune and culturally diverse, you know, look at all of the kids that we took in. They knew it was all going to collapse when, you know what's weird is, why didn't you feed them food? I mean, you had this full house packed, filled with meats and cheeses and food, and both of you were fatter than pigs, and you couldn't give any of it to your kids. So for me, it was just, it's even worse. It's not like they were poor too, you know, like, we all just didn't have a lot of money. They literally tortured those kids. And they, I wish they had survived, and I feel like they should be, they are the worst of the worst people that you could ever have on the planet. Okay, they are horrendous people. I actually literally, you know, shed a tear a couple times just picturing, that's one of those rare cases for me where I sat around going, you know, just thinking about the hunger that you'd have to escape your house, run over to a neighbor's house and ask for like some peanut butter or something, you know. It's really that thing just sucked, that whole thing. Well, thanks. A woman arrested on, and thanks up there to Chris O'Connell. Let's see what this is. The arrest comes after two half-sisters were found buried in a suitcase in shallow graves Monday in a field. And I remember as soon as I posted that on, that there were two half-sisters, I said that the mother is going to be the one that killed them. In a comment in that same post, because it's just, at that point it's kind of obvious. Why would a a father that's not even related to one of the kids do something to both of them. Doesn't make sense. And then you combine that with the rumors of, they were malnourished, Neighbors say Henderson lives at a home across the street from where the girls were found. Thank you, St. Jop. Where the girls were buried. It was that home where police took someone into custody Wednesday. Cleveland Police Sergeant Freddie Diaz said investigators identified the person of interest while serving a search warrant. Part of the investigation led us to this home. It's been a nonstop, ongoing investigation. Our homicide unit, let's see. It was at the home where police took someone into custody. Cleveland Police Sergeant Freddie Diaz said investigators identified the person of interest while serving a search warrant. Why? Now, if you serve the search warrant, you would have already identified them, right? I mean, I don't understand that sentence. Didn't make sense to me. Hey, what the hell is a gigawatt?
Gigawatts. What the hell is a gigawatt?
There you go. Let's see. Part of the investigation led us to the home. I bet you they went up and down the street, and neighbors mentioned that so and so has 2 daughters that are in that age range. City Councilman Michael Polensek said he wants accountability for the person who did this and justice for the victims. What kind of a monster demon would do this to 2 children? Just throw them away like they're garbage. Yeah, I actually think this type of crime is worse than a lot of murder. Like this guy that went around, the killer, the first case that we covered. This is worse than that guy. The actual psycho going around with his gun and shooting people. I think it's like 1,000 times, like mentality-wise. You just think about it, man. You have 2 of your own kids, even in this case, and you're just so, especially like the Hart family, just all, I think it's worse. I think it's mentality to do that to such young kids who they're only, you're it, man. That's all they got is the parents. It's not like, these people that go around and they shoot like that. It's like quick for them. These kids were tortured for years and years and years and barely had any food at all. It's like being in a concentration camp, literally. Sick. All right, I'm going to move off to this other one then. All right, so apparently this guy right here, his name is Ivan Miller. No relation to Ivan Victor, but this guy's name is Ivan Miller here. Absolute psycho, apparently. And he killed 3 different women. I don't think he's related to any of them. And I don't know what that means. I mean, it's hard to tell if he's a spree killer or what the hell's happening here. There it is. But I gotta tell you, I had my fastest map find in the history of me doing this stuff. All right, because one of the let's see, where is it? Right here. Yeah, I think it was that one. Now here's the, let's just go through it normal. Wayne County Sheriff's Office appreciates your patience and understanding during this ongoing investigation. With the use of LPR cameras and vehicle tracking methods, law enforcement agencies were able to locate the suspect, Ivan Miller, who was located in Colorado in the early morning of Thursday, March 5th, so today, near the abandoned missing vehicle. The suspect is still in custody in Colorado at this time. Wayne County Sheriff's Office would like to thank all the participating law enforcement agencies for their assistance. Wayne County Sheriff's Office would also like to extend our deepest condolences to the families and friends of the victims. More information will be released as necessary in cooperation with the Utah Department of Public Safety. All right, that was the original. And then here's like Ivan Miller, 5 things to know about Wayne County triple murder suspect. Ivan Miller's 22 years old man from Blakesburg, Iowa. I couldn't find him and been verified. He was arrested in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, early Thursday morning following a multiple state search. Miller was booked by the Pagosa Springs Police Department on a single charge of carrying a concealed weapon. Investigators are working to determine a motive, noting the homicides do not appear to be targeted, but they're just random. Miller has no known connections to the victims or ties to Wayne County. On Wednesday afternoon, authorities were called to a hiking trail where 2 deceased women were discovered during the investigation. A third woman was found dead in her home in Lyman, Utah, approximately 15 miles away. The victims have been identified only by age range, 30s, 60s, and 80s. According to Newsweek, investigators believe that suspect Ivan Miller first killed the woman in Lyman. He then allegedly took her car to the trailhead where the other 2 women were killed. I mean, that's like a serial killer. I'm not even sure what this person is. Miller is believed to have abandoned that vehicle and fled in another victim's car, which was later found in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. And then right here, victims identified in Wayne County murder. Suspect told police it had to be done, he said. It's crazy. He said the suspect in the murders of 3 Wayne County women allegedly told police that he had killed someone after he was taken into custody. In the latest update by the Department of Public Safety, the investigation into the incident continued while an arrest warrant had been issued. The department had no further comment on specific charges or the extradition process at this time. Hey guys, if you're out there, if you could please help support the channel on YouTube, I would appreciate it. We, I'm trying to do what people want. They say, hey, we don't want to keep covering Nancy Guthrie every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. And my channel is tremendously suffering because of that. Okay? If I kept covering Nancy Guthrie and coming up with different angles to talk about, I'd still have 300, 400, 500 people watching and I'd be doing better. And so I just need your guys' support on the channel. We've really struggled for some reason. I think these are interesting cases. I spent the whole day getting them all ready for you guys, and it'd be nice to feel appreciated. I mean, we're literally at only a third of a goal on here. All right? I don't know what to tell you. So if you guys have the ability to, that would be great. Thanks. If somebody could do some challenges in the chat, that'd be fantastic. And let's see. Ivan Miller, 22, was charged with 3 counts of criminal homicide, aggravated murder, hours after his arrest in a remote section of Colorado Following his arrest, Miller detailed how he allegedly killed the women. 2 women in her 30s and mother in their 60s were originally found. Hey, you could pretend that Chris O'Connell's was a challenge. Anyways, thanks, Chris O'Connell. And Alley Cake. Right, they're interesting. So it'd be nice to have the same support, you know? After you send me some rude comments and emails there, Sherry. Anyways, we've got a third victim was later found dead inside a Wayne County home in Lyman. However, it's believed the woman in the home was killed before the 2 victims on the trail off SR 12. Okay, so the other women were apparently in this town. Is this 12? Let's see where SR 12 is. Hold on. SR 12. Yeah, let's see. Does have any names on them in here? 400. And 20. This is 24. Oh, there's 12 right there. So apparently there's a hiking trail somewhere. Hold on, let's see. Nearest hiking trail. Oh. You think there'd be a place where you could see, where you could pull over, and that's meant like a parking spot. Yeah, it kind of seems like a spree killing. Although I guess it might depend on what he was trying to get. Maybe he was going to keep doing it. Yeah, I guess I don't really know. You know, somewhere off of this highway right here. SR 12. So we got that. I mean, here's the thing, guys. I want to make the goals and reach the goals on when we do nights like this. Unfortunately, there's too many people that aren't really interested in a variety of true crime. But I think tonight's been really interesting, right? So it's very, very frustrating and very sort of telling when we can't reach the goals. We can't get enough people here on a night that we're covering. It's not your fault, you know. It's like, it's not your fault that they're not here. It's just one of those things. Like, this is how YouTube works now. See, when I first started doing this, I could cover anything I wanted, and we get 300, 400 people just here watching because we were one of the few people doing it. Now, every single person, there's so many people that do this now, and so the problem is if you're just, you know, like 80% of them are going to be covering the Nancy Guthrie case, so you know everybody's used to that. They go, oh, let's go over here and see what they're saying about that. They don't want to learn anything new. You know, it's just the same thing. So it's very difficult. So what I'm hoping is that we can somehow reach goals on nights that we're not doing that. But see, tonight's already showing me that it's just it's harder than hell. You know. You know, and then we can't do all the other stuff that we do, right? See, that's the whole thing. See, people always say, oh, who cares, Gray, just do the... Well, we have a charity that we fund. We have a DNA fund that we put money in. We support tons and tons of different charities throughout a year. And that's the only way to make things happen, you guys. If we're reaching the goals, etc., and we're moving forward. If we're not doing it, then why am I covering these other cases for you guys? What's the point of doing it? Where I could just do Nancy Guthrie over and over again, and then we'd be able to do all those things. Because those are really important. Those make a difference in the real world. Okay? So can we try to reach the goals, you guys? Can we try to do it? We're still, right now, on YouTube, we're at about 47%. And I don't know how to make it work better. All right. Anyways, That's all I got for you. I don't have any extra to say. It seems like it makes sense. I mean, you know, if we used what people on PayPal and Marty and stuff were, you know, probably more like 70% or something. But, you know, I kind of base it on how we're doing in YouTube a lot of times, and that's where you can tell where if there's interest, you know. Not really. Chris O'Connell. Right. You get tired of it, but then there's no support over here. You get what I'm saying? But if I was covering Nancy, then there would be. Weirdly. I don't know why, you know. I mean, last month, I had a whole month covering Nancy Guthrie. It was a really good month. That's why we were able to donate $5,000. And as I told you, that this month I'm going to be covering other stuff. And this has already been, every single day this month is less than like 95% of every day last month. See, doesn't that just tell you the story? I mean, right there is the answer to the question. You know? And and last month was 28 days. This month is going to be 31, and I'm going to be thousands of dollars less because I didn't keep covering Nancy Guthrie. Yeah, which is just, I'm just honest with you guys. If you guys don't, you know, don't give a shit what I'm telling you, then it is what it is. Let's see. 2 women, a woman in her 30s and another in her 60s, were originally found dead Wednesday afternoon on an unidentified trail near Capitol Reef, there we go, National Park. There we go. Oh, jeez. Way over there? Man, that's not even close to... There's no way in hell that's 12 miles this from there. And then how's that trail associated with that? I don't know. Jeez. Is there a entrance over here or something? Right. So, if you guys could help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Thanks. I think the Nancy Guthrie case is interesting anyways. It's just, you know, I don't have any angles to discuss unless I invent something. Like 8 things that could be happening. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's over. If it was over, there would be a resolution. Officials have identified the 3 victims to be... Okay, let's look up these then. Have been verified. I mean, we'd be really behind if we didn't get the, you know, the challenges that Marty did, and then the coffees, and then Chris O'Connell's coffee. Margaret, there's only got to be one of these. Well, there it is. So she 86 years old? That's not right? Wow. I think that's her. I'm going to throw that in there. I think it's just random though, right? Well, but it isn't cold yet. I don't know. I don't think it's going to go cold. I think they're going to get it. That's just, there's too much stuff. A video of a guy, you know. Like Delphi was never cold, right? But it took 5 years. You know what I'm saying? What happened? Let's see. Oh, it's a P.O. box, man. Yeah, maybe that's it right there. Okay. Here's an address for the 86-year-old. Right there. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so that's the last victim. Interesting. I think. Well, here I'll show you this thing. It was so crazy. I found the house in one pass without even... It was probably, I mean, easily the quickest that I've ever found a house. All right, see, there was one. Let me get all their names. New text file. Victims. And... Oh, there it is. Margaret Oldroyd. Yeah, 86, yep. And then Linda Dewey, 65. Oh, man, this is... I was actually thinking the other victim would be 34, and that's exactly how they are because of the numbers. Margaret Oldroyd, 86. So it goes 654 and then 86 and then they... I don't know. I mean, that's just probably total coincidence, but it's funny how my mind thought of that. Natalie Graves, 34. So it goes 654 on the last numbers and then 863. So if it was 44 or 54, that'd be weirder, but 86, 65, and 34. Okay, I'm just going to put all these in a folder. So hold on, I'm going to get the other addresses here in a second. Ah, she's already in there. All right, guys, if you can help support the channel, that'd be great. And that town, this one over here, is it Torrey? And was it 65 for her? Yeah. Okay, I found that one. Thanks, Jim Long. I don't know. We're just trying to work through it, Ivan. Oh, wow. So this is right. It's off of SR12. That house right there. This is where Linda Dewey lives. And probably, I don't know if the other one's just like a friend. That's where Linda Dewey lives. So that's probably where this took place. And then let me do another one. The next one is Natalie Graves. Maybe I should throw myself in prison again like I used to do. Maybe that'll do something. I mean, you guys notice what I'm talking about here? Look at it, it's just so uninterested in, you know, it's just in supporting the channel. It's just really disheartening. She's 34. There you go. Thanks, Allie Cake. I don't know if I wonder if this one was just visiting her. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Yeah, maybe the other one's just a friend. I guess we could see it. So Margaret Oldroy, 86. Thanks, Roger. I think this is the Margaret Oldroyd, 86. All right, so I think we got everybody. I don't know where the other one lives though, but hey, thanks Chris O'Connell, Roger Smith, Allie Cake, and Jim Lawn. Well, one thing about Margaret, she lived in Lyman, you know, different places in here. Let's see if yeah, so she lived right there at one point in this house. That's the 86-year-old. And she lived in St. George. Isn't that the same place where Tyler Robinson lived? Do I have pink eye? Who's got pink eye? Yeah, pink eye sucks. It's sort of itchy. You have like a sort of a stinging, itchy eyeball. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it all perfectly mapped out. That's how we do it over here. All right, so Margaret Oldroyd, 86, Linda Dewey, 65, and Natalie Graves, 34. Dewey and Graves were aunt and niece. Okay. I was going to say that I don't think Graves was in the area. And niece, and had no connection to Oldroyd. Miller is accused of stealing the vehicle from one of the victims located on the trail, was then tracked through Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico before it was found abandoned in Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Following a brief search utilizing drones, Miller was apprehended without incident and found to have a concealed handgun and large knife. Along with the handgun and knife, police also found Miller was in possession of bank cards belonging to two of the victims, as well as an unidentified, as well as an identification care of another. What? I don't know what that means. Belonging to two victims, as well as an identification care of another. I don't know. According to the Utah Department of Public Safety, Miller, who is from Blakesburg, Iowa, had no previous relationships with the victims and had only been in the area after hitting an elk with his truck. Huh. I don't know. I'm almost hoping that somehow he hit his head and he turned into a nut job. I mean, this is like... After he was apprehended, Miller said he had killed someone and stole a car. He said first stayed in the shed of the Lyman home and watched watched her drive home. Or let's see. No, she watched that older lady, the 86-year-old, drive away, and then he entered her home. He then waited for her to return and then shot Oldroyd in the back of the head as she went to sit and watch television. Jesus. So imagine that. He's in the shed. Then he sees the 86-year-old drive away. And then he's moving around in the house. He goes into the house. Then he hears her coming home, so he probably hid in her room or something. And then she sits down just to watch TV, and then boom, shot in the back of the head. Miller said he cleaned up the scene as best as he could before bringing her body to the basement and leaving. After taking Oldroyd's car, he decided he wanted something else and traveled to the trailhead where he saw Dewey and Graves get out of the Subaru. He said he went to both women and shot them multiple times before dragging them to a ditch and taking their cards to buy gas. He traveled to the trailhead where he saw Dewey and Graves get out of the Subaru. He said he went up to both women and shot them multiple times before dragging them to a ditch. Wow. Miller confessed that it had to be done, but he did not like to do it. Miller is currently being held in the Archuleta County Detention Center on a weapons charge and is scheduled to... And by the way, Alley Cake sent me this article this morning. And is scheduled to make his first court appearance on Friday afternoon. The deaths of Dewey and Graves on the trail were first reported to law enforcement by their husbands through calls made Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Wow, so they both have husbands that now don't have a wife. And then the 34-year-old, maybe she had kids. Records show Miller has a pending felony burglary and theft case, so he's just a shitty person. Forget the head injury. And Davis County, Iowa, as well as misdemeanor. Well, they're just stealing Gray. Maybe it's like Les Miserables, you bastard. He just needed a loaf of bread. I mean, you can't really judge him. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Lisa Wilkerson. I haven't seen you in 1,000 years. What's been going on? I thought you left. Or, I mean, it was weird. I remember seeing you. I don't know. I think I tried getting a hold of you or something. How's it going out there? You doing okay? Well, and thank you, by the way. And if you're still out there, Marty, I want to say thank you. You're a lot of times you it really just makes the show. You get us through it. And also you too. Everybody. I mean, Wild Bill Wassman, everybody who's helping out. Chris O'Cuddle. Yeah, I think I tried emailing you a few times. Did you ever get those? Yeah, it was good to see you. There's no longer an ongoing threat. According to the Associated Press, Miller is being represented by Colorado Police Defender's Office. While Miller was at large, law enforcement urged residents to take extra precautions such as locking doors, remaining at home, or with others, and being vigilant about their surroundings. So the investigation was centered around a 2022 white Subaru Outback with license plate U560YF. It's not known if that's the vehicle detained by law enforcement officials. I think it is. Hey, well, hope you feel better, or that works out for you. Yeah, you can't type comments like that, Jim. Those don't make it onto YouTube. And by the way, I own one, man. Subarus are great cars. They are they say that lesbians like Subarus or whatever. But I'm just telling you, I think, and my neighbors that's what they are, and they have Subarus. But, man, those things in the snow, that's when you go, only idiots don't have Subarus. Because if you're in the snow, you cannot, it's like driving on pavement with a Subaru. You see all these people. I remember in 2 storms, I had studded snow tire, 4-wheel drive Subaru Forester, and that's the vehicle I put my kayak on top of too, Jim, or whoever said that. And when there's a snowstorm and there's ice and everything, I just drive normally, and you see all these cars spinning out, going backwards down the road and crashing. And I'm just weaving in between. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. They're absolutely the best cars in the for driving around in bad weather. Anyways, are you guys even there? This is like the most dull, just chat, you guys. My God. Anyways, let's see. What do we got here? There was one of these, this guy right here. Let's play that.
Just a brief statement.
No, one side.
I'm probably just going to talk to you there. We'll start with a brief statement, and then we can open up to... on Wednesday evening, March 4th, a call came in to the Wayne County Communication Center reporting 2 deceased females near a trailhead off of SR 12 here in Wayne County. Excuse me. Upon arriving, law enforcement located 2 husbands of the deceased females who had initially reported the incident to the dispatch center and confirmed that both females were deceased, and it appeared that it was a apparent homicide. Officers found a vehicle in close proximity to the trailhead that appeared suspicious and did not belong to the 2 victims. As they investigated this vehicle, they responded to a nearby residence in nearby Lyman. Upon arriving at the residence in Lyman, officers discovered evidence that led them to the body of a 3rd victim, an elderly female who was the registered owner of the vehicle that was located not near the trailhead. Investigators also discovered that a vehicle was missing from the trailhead that belonged to one of the victims. They immediately suspected that the suspect in the situation had stolen this vehicle and had used it in attempts to flee the area. Investigators utilized automated license plate readers and integrated vehicle tracking services to monitor the stolen vehicle's movements through southern Utah into northern Arizona and eventually into Colorado. The vehicle was successfully tracked to Pagosa Springs, Colorado, where a coordinated effort between multiple law enforcement agencies in that area led them to this vehicle, which was left abandoned. As a short, brief search of the area led them to the suspect, which he was taken into custody without any further incident. The suspect has been identified as 22-year-old Ivan Miller of Blakesburg, Iowa, who is believed to have had no prior relationships with any of the victims and no prior connections with the area. The Utah Department of Public Safety will continue to work with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office and other applicable agencies as we process both the crime scenes here in Utah and as we work to do a thorough investigation in this incident. We'd like to thank all the law enforcement agencies that were involved in this. Their help and support was vital to bring this to a quick resolution in locating the suspect. We'd like to thank the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Bureau of Land Management, the Pagosa Springs, Colorado Police Department, and the Archuleta, Sevier, and King County Sheriff's Offices. So we'd like to open up to any questions that you have.
Let's see if we can get some data.
So these husbands, is there something that tipped them off, or were they just concerned that their wives hadn't come back?
Correct. It had not returned home, and so they...
So the husbands were concerned because they just hadn't returned home.
Located them and then
the
notified
aunt
dispatch.
and the...
Do you know about what the timeline was? What time they went
niece.
out to go for the hike and what time husbands found them?
So what time they actually left, I don't have an exact time frame yet. I think they are still confirming any timelines as far as when they left to when they were discovered.
Oh, look at
and
that.
Called
That's
into
his.
dispatch.
Hold on. That's his truck after he hit an elk. So he did hit one. That's crazy. Well, let me just show you what I found. That was pretty cool.
Welcome back to Good Day Utah at 9.
Press conference wrapping up about
22-year-old.
See this house right there? Let me see if I get a better angle. Right there. See that? But see how you can see the mountains over there? This is how fast I found the house. You just won't believe it. I went like this. I was like this. Because I knew the town, and it was Lyman, so I went like this. I went, hey, maybe it's that one right there. And boom, it was. I mean, what are the odds of that? The thing is, it just seemed like it was on the edge of town, so I flew in there, and it was like, literally that, as quick as I just showed you, that was it. See, that's that one right there. Maybe that video doesn't show it, but see, it has that little the white thing on there. See, isn't that crazy though? I mean, that was literally the quickest one I've ever done. Just freaking flew right in there without any looking around or anything. Just straight to the correct house. You know, could have been one of these other ones on over there or something, but... And, remember how he said he was hiding in a shed, right? Well, look at that. I think you can see it. Come on, you guys should have been a little bit more impressed with that than just nothing. So here's the shed, and then he probably noticed that they were driving away, and then he went into the house, and then when she came in and sat down and watched television, and he shot her, then he took her down to the basement. Oh boy. Man, this is just so dull for me. Hello? Hello, everybody? Anybody there? Good Lord.
So as we get a better timeline of when that was, we'll let you know.
And can you confirm, were those victims, were they family members, were they related?
So at this point in time, we don't have any connections as far as family relation between the two. We believe the two were friends that had gone out for a hike, and we don't have any connections between the two hikers and the elderly female victim.
So is there anything to lead you and investigators to believe this was a targeted attack on these specific women?
No.
We have nothing to suggest that they were targeted specifically. And again, we have nothing to suggest that they had any prior relationship, and he has no connections to this area.
And do we know why Mr. Miller was in Utah?
I'm still looking into that to see ultimately what his movements were prior to the incident happening and what he was doing here in Utah.
What was the timeline?
Apparently not.
When did he go to the elderly woman's home first and then the hiking trail? Is that what you think happened?
Yeah.
We believe that the incident happened first at the registered owner's home, and then at the trailhead was second.
And then he took her car and drives over to the trailhead.
Correct.
kills them and then takes their car.
And then their vehicle is taken from the trailhead.
And the woman is the 80-year-old at the home.
86.
The two friends are the 30 and 60-year-old.
Yes, so the ages that were given were age ranges, so those aren't specific ages. The registered owner of the vehicle was in her 80s, and the other two was in their 30s, and then I believe the other was in their 40s.
Do we know where the victims were from, or are
Wait,
we
what?
releasing any of that?
What do you mean the other two? What are you talking about?
Nothing to suggest that they had any prior relationship.
And then he took her car and drives over to the
What's he
trailer.
talking about?
Ages. The registered owner of the vehicle was in her 80s, and the other two was in their 30s, and then I believe the other was in their 40s.
Do we know where the victims were from, or are we releasing any of that information?
We know that the
What is he
victim,
saying?
so those aren't specific ages. The registered owner of the vehicle was in her 80s,
86,
and the
65,
other two was in their 30s, and then I believe the other was in their 40s.
No, 60.
Do
So
we
that's
know where
the
the
error.
victims
The other one was in their 60s.
From, or are we releasing any of that information?
We know that the victims were from the area from here in Utah, but we have not released their information quite yet.
I'm sure this is scary for this type of community. We saw a lot of stuff on social media talking about lock your doors, all those types of things. Schools were going to be closed.
Yeah, any type of incident like this is going to be very, very scary for, you have multiple victims, multiple scenes, anything like that, where law enforcement is responding to all of these things, and a suspect that is outstanding, people tend to be scared, and we understand that. And so that's why law enforcement takes these very serious, and we wanted to make sure to bring this to a quick, fast resolution.
It just seems like this spread out to a wide area, so much so you guys had to use the license plate scanners. So, I mean, this is, everybody had to come out to this.
I think right now we're about, let's see, 10, 11, 13 channel memberships short of reaching the goal on the show, the minimum goal on the show.
You're usually in Salt Lake, you're down here.
Correct, but it was great coordination between multiple agencies that worked so well together to locate the suspect.
And can you confirm that second victim's age range?
I know, Songbird, he was incorrect.
Press release said 60s, but did you just say 40s?
And I could be mistaken on that one. I don't have that information
I
in
just
front of me.
told you
I
that.
believe you're correct. I believe it was 60s.
It's 86, 65,
I have
and
nothing to
34.
suggest they were related at this point.
The 65-year-old and the 34-year-old are aunt and niece.
Do we know any weapons, anything used? Do we know the way that they died?
We have not released
Hey,
anything
thanks,
as far as
Doris.
that goes
All
yet.
right.
And you say that this suspect, he's from Iowa. Do you know when he got to Utah? Like what the connection is there? How he even got here?
We're still looking at that timeline of when he arrived here in Utah, what his involvement was here in Utah prior to the incident, and we don't have a complete tracking history of that yet.
Is there a criminal background that you're looking into?
We don't have much of a background from prior to this incident.
When police arrested Miller, did he have that weapon that was used on him?
That I don't have many details of the incident that took place in Colorado at this point. We are still working with them as he's still in their custody, and so we will work with them from here forward.
So will he eventually be brought back here?
That's what we're working on.
And the location of the first home to the trailhead, how far apart are these locations, I guess?
So the trailhead is off of SR 12 near Torrey, and then the residence was in Lyman, which
Yeah, so they're saying the trailhead was off near Torrey. So yeah, Torrey's right over here. That's why I think it's this thing right over here. That's close to Torrey, right? I mean, what? It's only, 4.5 miles to there. And these seem to be homes over here. And this one right there, there's this little, I could see like if you live there, you might drive over here to because there's a trail right here. And then you can, it even says right here, Fremont River Trailhead. So there must be places to walk around, you know. It looks like there's even maybe something up here, a trail. I don't know how you'd get to that, but you know, I don't think it was at her house. Her house is right there. I don't know. But yeah, you guys, let's see if we can get 12 more channel memberships for the night. One challenge would almost get us right there. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go back to this. See, these questions, you get a lot of answers you can fill in.
It's probably 10 to 15 miles apart.
And can you clarify, how did you come to know that these 3 murders were all connected? Was it the cars that really kind of sealed the deal?
The great work by the law enforcement agencies involved as they started to look into these things, and the connections and following these connections together helped them to start putting those pieces together, specifically the vehicles.
Any other connections?
I think the biggest piece was those vehicles that led them to the registered owner, and then the second vehicle tracking their movements through Utah and then eventually into Colorado.
So we've talked about the timeline where you think it starts at the house, goes to the trailhead. When do you guys find out? Is it you find out with the husband?
Yeah, it's
and
garbage.
then
There's no
you
way it's
realize,
down
hey,
there.
This car belongs over here, and you find the other victim? Is that how that happened?
Correct. Yes, so the husbands reported through dispatch that they located the 2 females at the trailhead. Officers respond to the trailhead, talk to them. They also are the ones that help us to understand that vehicle is missing from the trailhead. They investigate that other vehicle that is suspicious at the trailhead, doesn't belong to either of those victims, and trace that to the registered owner's home residence in Lyman.
Do you have I know you said you don't really have a timeline, but do you have any time of like when those calls came in or when they were found deceased?
So the initial call came in at 4:30 yesterday afternoon, and I believe that is from the 2 husbands that located them on the trailhead. I believe that is the only call that I'm aware of.
We know obviously this is a small community. Can you tell us what this looks like for this kind of community moving forward?
Yeah, see the trail goes right up into here.
24 hours.
That's crazy.
It's going to be something that definitely shakes the community for a little while, and we want, as law enforcement, want to help them get back to normal as much as we possibly can. But it's
here, look, see the this whole in blue over here is the same as this road. So that's 12 and 24, 12 and 24. And so that whole park, the Capitol Reef National Park, is all the way up into there. And look at that trail that I just picked is right here. There's a Capitol Reef, but they were on 12. So let's see. There's I just think it's going to be right where I have it, right there. There's a Capitol Reef Visitor Center that's way up here, which doesn't seem. Yeah, well, they have it right in there. There it is, Capitol Reef Resort, but they said it's on Highway 12, not 24, where that is. So it's got to be down here. So this, that's good. So that's this area right here where I have it is in the park that they were talking about. So let's just say it's that. What the heck? Wow, we got another challenge, you guys. Tell you what, I'm gonna go get a red breast, the one that Marty sent. If you guys meet his goal there, right there, I'll get it right now. In the meantime, but we need to get, if we get 10 gifted memberships, then Marty will send 10 coffees, and yeah, man. Oh, look at that. Phyllis did 5 of them. I'm going to go get that drink now. Hey, I love doing this stuff tonight, how putting it together, the puzzle, though. You know, that's the thing. Like, when we're done, we'll know everything. Thank you, Sassy Squatch. As in, look at that. They've got the picture of Slee Stack on there. Remember that? From Land of the Lost. Right there. guess I could have played some music. All right, where are we at? All right, let's see. I should have been playing this one right here. Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, you did it. Amazing. Right? F for now. Yeah. All right. So what does that put us at? Let's see. 7. I think like 2 memberships. Let's see, 36 times, let's see, so it'd be 20, 180, 40. Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2 channel memberships short of the goal on YouTube. Anyways, thanks a lot there, Marty's Bar and Grill. Very cool.
Something that there will definitely take them a little bit to recover from. I know that they've taken precautions, especially last night, knowing that there was an outstanding suspect. You'd have to speak to them specifically about what they did, but I believe some of the schools are closed, city offices are closed, things like that.
One of Marty's specials.
Do you know if the suspect is connected to any other cases, any other murder cases in other states in Iowa?
We are not aware of anything at this point, but again, still early on in the investigation, still have a lot of the history of that to look into.
Do you have any details on the route that he took to get from here to Pagosa Springs? It's quite a distance.
I don't have that exact route in front of me of the how they followed him using those methods, but that's something we can put out at a later time.
Did you say where the hikers reside, where they're from?
They are here from the area, but I don't have their specific information with me now.
I think Marty sent it to me before he
Wayne
even
County,
did the channel.
whether they have ties to other parts of Utah, that I'm not sure either.
And again, I'm going to ask, was there a time that, what was the amount of time elapsed where the husband became concerned? Was it a matter of hours or?
I haven't confirmed the
that
time frame
matter?
from when they left for the hike to when they were discovered.
We understand that next of kin notifications are happening for family members. Do you have a timeline?
Oh, look at, she's petting.
We are working with the families now, making sure that they can notify all loved ones in the area and outside the area before we release any of that information. So I would anticipate that shouldn't be too long, but within the next day or so, we would hope. But as we work with them, we will get that information out as quickly as possible.
And just, can you give us a little bit, for those that are here in the community, they're kind of seeing the crime scene tape, what can they expect in the next few hours in terms of actually processing these scenes? What is that going to look like?
Yeah, they'll see a lot of activity at both of those scenes. The residence specifically is right next to the SR-24, which goes right through town, and they'll see a lot of activity at that residence. So please make sure to give them the space they need to work. Be cautious too, because a lot of times traffic may back up. We don't want any collisions to occur, but they'll try to process those scenes as quickly as possible. We want to make sure that we do everything that we can to document everything and do it as thorough as possible.
Now, yesterday, was it Sheriff's Office that was processing scene, or did you guys start yesterday, had nightfall, and are picking back up this morning? What is that?
So the investigation began yesterday as they began initially we wanted to try to identify this suspect and try to locate them as quickly as possible. And that really got things with that, how rapidly that transpired. They did a great job in following that to ultimately he's in custody now.
Wild Bill,
Officers
Marty,
did a great
Chris
job, but
O'Connell.
now with daylight
A lot
will
of
help
people
us
really,
to
but
document those scenes.
you guys are the ones that help us get to the
crime
goals
scene
a lot.
technicians there,
Appreciate
those
it.
scenes. So part of it is waiting till daylight, but also the suspect identification and capture was a priority.
Considering the amount of violence that was visited on this community, how important do you think that quick apprehension was? I mean, we can't know what he might have done allegedly, but...
Yeah, just 3 homicides within a very short time frame and a stolen vehicle. Who knows what that could have led to? Hate to even try to imagine what that would have led to.
And I don't know if it's too early to speak to this, but I mean, we're not talking about a family or men. It's 3 women who were alone, from what it sounds like. Any concerns that they were targeted for being women potentially?
Nothing that would suggest right now that that's why he targeted them, just because it was more probably that we can see right now that the vehicle use for these him to be able to get out of the area.
Are there any other vehicles that you've located that he might have traveled into this area?
We're still investigating to see how he got to Utah and then what his involvement here in Utah, how long that has, if he was just passing through this area specifically, if he'd been to any other parts of the state.
Hypothetically, if somebody was to come across an abandoned vehicle in Wayne County, I imagine that's something you'd want to know about?
If there's something that looks suspicious, they could report that, but we don't have anything that would suggest any other vehicles at this point.
I've seen the term serial killer thrown around in this case, and at one point there was numbers that maybe many more victims, or up to 8. Do you qualify this with 3 victims as potentially a serial killer?
What will it say?
Hard to say what as far as motive or anything like that. We have not narrowed down any type of motive. It's still early on in the investigation right now. As far as it's a very tragic situation, we don't believe he's targeted these for any specific reason other than just for convenience.
As far as your memory goes, can you recall something similar to this happening in this area recently?
To my knowledge, and again, this is something that, in coordinating with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, they handle a lot of these investigations in this area. They would have a better knowledge of kind of what that looks like, but not to my knowledge.
You know, if the resident, was she alone?
One of the residents?
Yeah.
It appears so, yes. So. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I just got from a neighbor actually just texted me, just to clarify for the folks that actually live here. They're wanting to know, so you don't yet know where the suspect's car is, Miller's car, the one that or whatever he used to get into town.
Right. We are investigating any evidently some potentials on that to see. So as we get more information on specifically how he got into town and what he was doing here, we will release that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. An Iowa man has been charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder in southern Utah after authorities say he killed a woman in her home, stole her vehicle, and drove it to a nearby trailhead where he killed 2 more women before fleeing in one of their vehicles. The killing unfolded late Wednesday afternoon in Wayne County, a sparsely populated area of ranching and farming communities that draw tourists because of their proximity to Capitol Reef National Park and other outdoor destinations. The suspect, Ivan Miller, 22, was arrested early Thursday in Pagosa Springs, Colorado, after a multi-state search. Prosecutors say Miller confessed to killing the 3 women to steal their vehicles and credit cards, telling investigators he needed money to return to Iowa. Messages seek additional details from the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. I mean, look at that. He doesn't look like some. He just looks like a doofus, you know. According to court documents, investigators believe Miller first killed a woman in her 80s at her home in a small town of Lyman, about 10 miles from the trailhead where the other two victims were found. Let me measure this. So that's Lyman. And if we just go from here. Thank you, Roger Smith. That's 4.47. So how's it 10? I think he said 12 at 1.2, so we're already at 9 here. And so that's 11. Let's just go to where I think it might be. Right there is 15 miles. I mean, hell, maybe there's a trailhead, but they said it was off of SR 12. So it really can't be 10 miles. I always hate when there's just inaccurate stuff, you know. That means you can't figure it out. If I was doing, you know what I always think I'd be good at? You know, like Court TV or these other places. If I was the person that was in the field giving them accurate information, I mean, I think I would be so much better. Like literally figuring out the reality of it instead of just reporting on whatever you think might be, ooh, cool, you know? Because I actually know, like map it out and figure it out, and it can tell you if something's bogus or not. And I think of stuff that would be interesting on the shows, but I don't know. Sometimes it just feels like you're just kind of running on a treadmill or something. There's nowhere to go. Is there more than one? Miller told authorities that after driving the stolen Buick, he decided he did not like the vehicle and wanted another one. So that's the only reason he killed the second set of people, because he didn't like the Buick. Wow. He parked it at a nearby trailhead and waited. Investigators say Miller saw two women arrive at the trailhead and get out of a Subaru. He then shot and killed both women and drove away in their vehicle. According to the prosecutors, authorities allege he attempted to conceal their bodies in a dry creek bed near the trail. Man, I wish I knew exactly this. I mean, this is kind of looks like a creek right there. I think this might be the one, to be honest with you. And there's a little ditch there, I think. I mean, you know, that's a place you could pull over off the road. Is there a ditch? I mean, there is a creek that goes through there, so you could see. I mean, it's sort of wide open, though, but at the same time, how many people are driving around out here? So beautiful. Look at that. That's the spot that I think it is. I really can't find any other. That's literally a trailhead right there. That's the Fremont River, but maybe you would call that a creek. As a matter of fact, it is a creek. See? So I'm feeling pretty good about that guess right there. As investigators worked the scene Thursday, law enforcement cordoned off trailhead in the home of Lyman with yellow tape. Officers combed nearby wooded areas and outbuildings, while state and federal agencies assisted with evidence collection. He was tracked across multiple states. No known connection between the suspects and victims. Before Miller was taken into custody, officials urged residents in Wayne County to remain vigilant. Miller is being represented by Colorado Public Defender's Office. Yeah, wow, this is it's pretty wild. I mean, Linda lived right over here, Linda Dewey, and then apparently her niece came over. You know, I wonder if I open up Linda Dewey here and then see if there's like a niece that has that name, then we can. So it's Linda Dewey and let's see. Oops, jeez, what happened to there? Linda Dewey and Natalie Graves. So she has 7 relatives. No. It's not in there. Just Deweys. Let's see, Natalie. Yeah, Natalie Graves. She's got to live in Utah, I would think. And she's 34, right? Well, the one that's 34, it says Massachusetts. Oh, no. South Jordan, Utah is one of them. So maybe she is from somewhere. You know what? I wouldn't doubt it if they came to visit, and then that's why the husbands were together. Which would mean she lived all the way back in... she lives in Massachusetts now. But then this is where she used to live back just in 2022. Right here. I bet it's not that far. Yeah, lived right there. I mean, so just... why do I have this in here? This thing. What case is that? It's Wayne County. Melody Buzzard. Huh. Wow. That was another case that we did. Yeah, remember that? That was one of that girl that went missing. Up in the mountains there. They found her car. I remember that one. It's interesting. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe he is a serial killer. A crick? Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? Dun, 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 dun. Yep. All right, so I guess the recap of this is that this nut job, Ivan Miller, his vehicle hit a moose, and then he somehow got over to this house here, and then went into this shed, and then he saw the homeowner leave. So then they went into the home. But then the homeowner came back, so he hid inside the house and waited for her to sit down to watch television, and then shot her in the back of the head. Then he took her vehicle, maybe it was an Oldsmobile, and he drove it, but he just didn't like that one, you know. So what do you do when you don't like your vehicle? Well, you kill somebody else that has a vehicle that you might want. So he parks his car, probably a place just like this, and he waits for somebody to pull in, a trailhead. And then when they got out of their car, he went and shot both of them, and then took the Subaru. And after taking the Subaru from those two victims, he drove all the way down to Colorado, where he was eventually arrested and then confessed to doing everything. Who's Neil? What happened? Oh, Sadaka? Jesus. Who was talking about Neil Sedaka? And by the way, what does Neil Sedaka have to do with this right here? Yeah, Melanie Buzzard, I think. Let's see. Melody. It wasn't that long ago. Oh no, that's right. That was the abduction. The mother abducting the kid, not the one I was trying to describe. So that was just right there. Weird. She killed her. Jim Lon said, I had a moose last night. Not pretty. I wonder how old the girls in the don't know what that means. Yep. Guess we'll have to, maybe we'll make it back. I want to do one case, I want to do one night on the Nancy Guthrie, where we literally figure out where, like, look around and see where it might have been a good place to have put her. Which is kind of a futile attempt, but I do want to look around, and then we can circle the spots, and then at the end, you know, maybe we'll be accurate. Who knows? But we haven't really done that. Like, where do you think, relation to that small little area, that you would have taken her? I would think north. I was humming. Oh, that's what I was humming? Jesus. You guys looked it up after that? Yeah, but they probably would have looked at the old mine shafts. I'm just saying, like, the general area. Yeah, because like in this case, it seems like that case, they would have abducted her and then buried her somewhere. It just doesn't seem like she's still sitting out there and they're just... Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. See how it goes. Maybe we'll get more than 155. But we got 155 high quality people in here. The best. The A team. The... yeah. Yeah, I think it's like in those mountains north. Up here somewhere. Somewhere over there. I mean, it's the closest place. I mean, imagine putting her into your car and you're just way over, you're driving all the way over here with her, or do you just quickly make it up into the mountains somewhere? Somewhere up in there. Now, there's not really a lot of roads, though, that go up there, but I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, did you guys think it was interesting tonight? All the different cases? You know, the Cleveland, the 2 girls in the suitcase, that one is just sad and crappy, you know, but it's sort of, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's not even really incredibly interesting. It's just more like just a shit show of a human being. And then we had we did the Austin shooting. We had got all the surveillance that they actually put that on their YouTube channel. The police did. So I downloaded that for you guys. And then we went over the, again, the 2 suitcases, and then the 3 women killed by this nut job, just running around. And hopefully we can get the probable cause in this one. Get more accurate information. There is something I did want to check out. Hey, wow, look at that. Jim Lawn, I think you put us over the... Well, let's see, where are we at? Let me see what the number is. Because maybe I could do one final shot at a goal if, let's see, if we did 40... It comes out exactly right. I mean, it's so crazy. So if you guys donate, if we get 5 more after that one, then I can donate my 5. That means we'll have made it to that number. That'd be pretty cool. But if you can't, that's cool too. I appreciate all the, the coffees and stuff like that, and the PayPals. Thank you. You know you're doing good when trolls send you emails. I don't even read them. As soon as it starts off with something negative, I just immediately block them and then put them into spam so I never see them again. But whenever you know you're doing well when they send you emails during your show, they're so upset that you made a goal. They just can't stand it, you guys. Well, thank you, Wild Bill Wassman. I did want to look at one thing on the 2 girls in the Cleveland. I think on one of the documents, I think on the dead body report here, they actually have GPS coordinates here. And I just want to see what they're referring to here. Is that sort of a general... Yeah, but that's my challenge. If you guys do 4 more now, I'll donate 5 myself. All right, here we go. Will it land right on where one of the suitcases was, or no? See, they just gave GPS coordinates at this intersection here. It's always frustrating when they do that. Well, actually, that's what they... Let's see, what's the name of that street? Yes, Midland and 106. That's where the incident report was. Isn't that amazing? Like, I wonder if that's what the original incident report is, and then the house at the corner is the one where the killer is. That's crazy. Violent Crime Task Force, yeah. I mean, they're just asking people questions, trying to get their surveillance, right? You know what? This is the feeling that I have in the Nancy Guthrie case, is that their information, what they found, the vehicle never left the general area. That's what it seems like that's what they're thinking, that it never even left the area. And that's been something that I've sort of noticed for a long time. Now, for example, the people they arrested, they're in the area. Not arrested, but the people that they detained, as it were. No, you guys? 4 more? We can do it. I'll donate 5. That'll be 10 more, and we'll get 5 more potential channel member freaks. If not, that's cool too. All right, you guys already kicked ass just getting to the... But it's weird, like, see, these people... This is where I drew this red line around here a while ago. And these are where the people live that were pulled over... Or not, detained right here. And then everything you see, it's always like right there, they're looking around, and I don't know. It's just a thought that I've had. Like the vehicle that they've spotted, they've kind of determined. And there was a couple other things that seemed like that too. They always say, well, he could have got on this street and then left, and we wouldn't have a camera. And remember how the other day they immediately discounted the surveillance that was on this street right there of the Kia Soul? I mean, that's interesting, right? Why did they do that so quick? And that's because they know that they've tracked the vehicle, and they've tracked it, and they know it wasn't over there, and they know it went somewhere else. And I'm really certain that they have a type of vehicle, maybe not a make and model, but a specific sort of look, And I think you can determine what the look is based on different people that have been detained. You had the guy pulled over that did the Amazon, or the delivery driver, and then the other guys had sort of a similar kind of like SUV type vehicle. Well, thanks, Wild Bill Lossman. I thought you were starting a wave. It just... Oh, well, look at that. There's Violet. You're turning violet, Violet. Well, there's one. Hey, that makes it a chance. If we get 3 more of those suckers, then I'll donate 5 all by myself. Just like some of you freaks. I think I think intuition is one of my better sort of like true crime skills, I think. I think that's the one I'm not always right on everything, but it just seems like that's the one skill, using the intuition and then the other stuff and combining it. And intuition actually is created by experience over time too, right? So you can be more intuitive of what you see because like in our case, I bet a lot of you are intuitive in here. Because we've covered thousands of cases. Yeah, like discernment. Yeah. Yeah, discernment is kind of like the thing that I'll just go, yeah, no, just immediately, sometimes. But I don't know. It's weird. I'm not like, I don't call it, psychic. There's a difference between intuitive and psychic. Intuitive is just sort of, you just sort of absorb the experiences, and then boom, you're in the right place. Yeah, like what Jessica just said. You think of things that I never would have, or I do think differently than normal. I'm not normal. Okay, I'll admit it. I'm not normal. I think differently than people. Just totally differently. I'm already over here, and everybody's over there, kind of following the herd, and then I'm over here thinking of something. And then that all kind of ties back into something, Well, none of us are any of us not, or what is normal, by the way? That's TMI, Gray. That's TMI, you bastard. I always tell this story. See, when I was a kid, just like 4 years old, and I actually sort of remember that we were in New Mexico, and we were driving, and there was a car behind us, or a car. Yeah, it was just, there was 2 lights, basically. My mom said, hey, there's a car behind us. And I said, well, or 2 motorcycles driving side by side. So it was just sort of like a random, thought when I was a little kid. Now the story would be way better is, and when it drove by, it was 2 motorcycles, I don't know. I like true crime. I guess that, like the cases we did tonight and talked about, that's what I like to do. What sucks is it's sort of become, it's just the financial part of it where I'm trying to make enough to be able to keep supporting stuff. That's the part that it's not fun, It's not fun. And unfortunately, people, like, if you just stopped trying to do that, then it would be hard to survive. But then it's maybe, I don't know. What really does the best for my channel is when I make videos on cases and they're interesting and they get 10 to 15,000 views. I usually get 100 and something subs from those, and that always works well. But the live streaming part is, I wish I had 1,500 people watching. I just don't know how to do it. And I don't know how to not, like, people go, hey, Gray, just, if you don't say anything, it's got to be natural. People support the channel naturally, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, when, I mean, you've seen those nights, right? Where you sit there and you're just doing the show, and 45 minutes later, if I hadn't said a word, nothing. Then 10 minutes later, nothing. And then finally I'll say, hey, if you guys could. And then somebody goes, oh, yeah. it's weird, you know. I don't know what is natural anymore. Like if you don't ask, then you don't. A lot of people aren't thinking about it. I'm sure that's the last thing when you guys show up. Like you just want to we're just going over cases, right? Yeah, no, it's weird. I think it's just YouTube pumps out the people that are on. They came from networks and stuff, and I mean, there must be some connection there. Well, here's the way it works. So somebody like Ashley Banfield, she was on News Nation, then starts a YouTube channel, and then immediately her channel goes viral because their show pumped her channel, then everybody's watching it, and then she pumps out, videos and videos and videos and videos and videos, and then has connections to the, connections to the case, etc. And then the people just show up over and over and over, really quick, and then you can build your channel up miraculously quick that way. So we had Jim Lawn, Wild Bill. No, Jim Lawn did 5. And then we need 1, 2. If we got 3 more, I'll donate 5. Anybody into that? It'd be great. I'd love to. I mean, when I was covering Nancy Guthrie at the beginning, I think we had 700, 800 people watching some nights, which is good for us, And then it was still good, but then I dared to, a couple nights I had other stuff to talk about, and then boom, you lose it. Doesn't that suck? It's like having, it's such a bad feeling. You guys can do it, man. Let's try to get to those. So what a great feeling that would be to be able to gift the 5 because we reached the numbers on a night where we didn't touch one of the big cases out there. Do we get a little money, Skipper? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I like Ashley Banfield. I mean, I've been on her show a couple times and everything. But what I think it sucks is like she had a guest on it talking about DNA and all this stuff, and I've already done all this stuff. We've gone over the whole thing, how it all works, how the investigation works. But because I don't have the resume, like that I was that guy, all of a sudden it doesn't matter. But I've said all the exact same stuff. Hey, look at that, it's Roger Smith. And by the way, most of the time, the genealogists give you a much smaller range than a list of 50 people. Okay, that's not the normal thing. All right, Jim. Well, if you stole 5 out of your pocket, tell Tony to send in a channel membership gift, and then we'll only have 1 left to go. Yep, just 2 more. That's exactly lands right on the number. Oh, that was Ice Ice Baby. All right. Let's see. If I do Ice Ice Baby Karaoke, will you guys send the other 2 in? Let's see. There's Jim Lawn. Does it work? gonna work? Uh-oh. Was it already started? Oh wait, I gotta go back. Here, let's see. How the hell do I get out of this? I just want to do studio mode. Oh yeah. It's so weird. Gray camera. Oh, there it is right there. Alright. So then if I go like this. Alright, let's do it. You ready? Oh, do you guys do it? Alright, hold on. Let me get my... You guys did it. Looks like you did it. Thank you. And here we go.
Maybe I'll use a deeper voice.
Yo, VIP. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention, something rather holding me tightly, flows like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. I rock the mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and rock the chump like a candle. Dance across the speakers up, boom, killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly when I play a dope melody. Anything less than the best is a felony. Love it, leave it, better gain weight. Better hit bulls like a kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook, my DJ resolves it. The Vegas are pumping, quick to the point, cause the point no faking. Cooking them Z's like a pound of bacon, burning them, he ain't quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear the cymbal with a hi-hat, with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, time to go solo, rolling in my hot oh with my rag top nails so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waiting just to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by, kept on pursuing to the next stop. About to left, I'm headed to the next block. The dog was dead, y'all, so I continued to A1A. Beachfront Avenue, girls were hot wearing less than bikinis. Rock band lovers, I'm the Lamborghinis, jealous, cause I'm out getting mine. She was a 8 and vanilla was a 9. Ready for the jumps on the wall, the jump back to nimble cause they're full of 8 ball. Gunshots ranged out like a bell. I grabbed a 9 on the hood with shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped in my car, slammed on the gas, bumper to bumper, avenues packed, trying to get away from the jack. There's Jack, police are on the scene, you know what I mean? They're confronted on the dope fiends. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the I DJ revolves it. Boom, 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 boom. Now let's see what the last part is. I'll do my normal voice. Cause I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene just in case you didn't know it. My town decorated all the bass sound. Enough shit get coals in the ground. Cause my style's like a chemical spill. These are rhymes you can vision and feel. Conduct and inform is just a hell of a concept. We make a hype and then you want us to step this. She plays with a fade, slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade so fast. But the DJ say, damn, if a rhymes were a drug, I'd sell it by the gram. I keep my composure while it's time to get loose, magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook of my DJ revolves it. Ice, baby, ding, 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 ding. Hey, thanks, Coco Love. Yo, man, let's get out of here. Word to your mother. All right. Sweet. Back in the day. Ah, man, that was fun. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah. That's right. Take the moneymaker. I did the Weirdo song one. I learned how to do that one. You know that Weirdo, the Weirdo, or I'm a Weirdo, or whatever the hell the name of it is. Let's see. We should do, the only way to do it, though, is to have your music playing on your end. Because, you know, the delay would be so stupid. Like you would, yeah, creep, right. You would hear something, and then you would sing it, but you'd be like 5 seconds off. You'd have to have music playing on your end, and then the only problem is, you know, I wonder if YouTube thought that that was the real version right there. Yeah. That's after one drink. Yeah. You love that song. I did Ice Ice Baby at one of the crime cons. I was in New Orleans. We went to a bar. That's what I did. Then this guy handed me a beer. He goes, "Hey, have a sip," because I was kind of nervous. You could tell that I was. Yeah. Yeah, so if you had the music playing on your end and sang it, then it would be totally normal. But it doesn't work if you're doing it live, you know, like a live. I'm playing the music and you're trying to sing to it, because you would hear it come in, and then that already played here 8 seconds ago. So it'd be like, dun 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 dun. It's supposed to be, all right, stop, and all of a sudden, collaborate, and then all of a sudden, all right, stop. That's how it would be. Yeah, that was way a long time ago. Is she still doing shows that, what was her name? She had glasses. She did a show with some guy on like, he was a television true crime guy. And she did a show with him. But she had her own show. And she started way back when we all did. Women have such an easier chance. Like if you do your show and you're on there, YouTube just pumps that out. It's crazy. Yeah, Stephanie Harlow, that's what I was thinking of. Is she still out there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did makeup. She still does her show. Jeez, that's wild. She had that crazy shit with her ex-husband. She just, the guy just... I guess she recovered from all that. The ones I do karaoke are, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. I've done, what's the other one? 50 Ways You Leave Your Lover is a great song. Like if you really listen to what it's saying in there. And Paul Simon, when he wrote lyrics, he didn't care if it worked. He just fit the word to the music. He didn't give a damn if it, like the syllables matched up with something. It just... We should analyze it. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. I think it's like the problem is all inside your head, you said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. This is the woman talking to him. Let's see. The problem is all inside your head, you said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. You know, you can slip out the back, Jack. You can make a new plan. And then he comes back. But it's like, man, I think one of the parts is, he says, she said, it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do. You know, her saying this to him, that could make you smile again. And then I said, you know, I appreciate that. But would you please explain about the 50 ways? And then eventually she ends up kissing him. And then he goes, oh, I see. That's how I can, you know, leave my lover. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And she kissed me, and I realized she probably was right. There must be at least 50 ways. Yeah. Let's see. She does a weekly... Right. You seem like you're too into that stuff, Sandy. Yeah, you keep talking about it over and over again. Let's see. 50 Ways is a great song. Ding, ding, boom, doom. Yeah. How does that one sound? Let's see. Oops. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Oh, cool. That's the Carafon. Yeah, you gotta bet. That's a good one. I haven't done that one in a long time. We'll see if I can do it. Yeah. Hey. Oh wait, that already started. Well, hold on a second. Oh, cool. So it already has, like, they're singing along with it. Freebird. The problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude. Furthermore, I think the meaning must be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself. The risk of being cruel. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. About back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. Just feel free. Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need a Gus bus. Just drop off the key to leave and get yourself free. Oops, out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. Just listen to me. Hop on the bus, Gus. Don't need a Gus bus. Just drop on the key and get yourself free. She said it grieves me so to see you in such pain. Wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said, I appreciate that. And would you please explain about the 50 ways? She said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe that in the morning you'll begin to see the light. And then she kissed me, and I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. Make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. Just get yourself free from the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, leave, and get yourself free. Flip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. Just scoot with me. Hop on the bus, Gus. You don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, leave, and get yourself free. Someone slipped Gray a Mickey. Hey, no, I'm just doing karaoke now. We did this about 3 years ago. Remember that? That was pretty funny. Yeah, I can't do that higher stuff anymore. I used to be able to. Yeah, why? I don't want visuals. What's wrong? Sandy, come on. Isn't it just sort of obvious sometimes? You're just always like typing and give me some of the red bread. Yeah, you got to get some of that stuff. Man, you can do anything. Have a drink of that red breast. God, it wasn't that bad, right? I know it's just Paul Simon, but. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Yeah. What was the other one that used to do the... I tried to do the Without Me by Eminem. That one was hard, though. Just kept going. You need to get some. Maybe I should get some more. Yeah. My screen is black. No visuals. Can you guys see him? No, you can't. Some songs are hard to. Well, that one I could do. It's hard to. So you're just typing anything, Sandy? Yes, blah, 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 blah. I'm typing. Let's see. I wonder what, I don't think that is a valid song by YouTube. We'll have to see. It doesn't matter, though. There's no ad revenue anyway. Don't blow it. Is that a song? I don't know that one. You guys are funny. Thanks, Jim, for what? We can sing I Got You, Babe. That. My voice is already shot. It's all Marty's fault, you guys. Blame it on Marty. All right. Let's see. I'm going to run and get myself some. You should. Oh, I thought you were saying what he said. Oh, I was just totally daydreaming right then. That was funny. Well, you guys aren't really typing much now, so I guess that's the time to end the show. It was. I did sip it. My sips are just bigger than yours. Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like, who cares, you know? I think the other times I've done karaoke, I didn't have anything, you know? Just sitting here and... But now I'm in the mood. Maybe after I get off, I'll do some more. Anyways, all right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out through the karaoke. Here we got Phyllis Watson here, the gifted one. Then we had Kim. Let's see, Phyllis Watson. Then Kim from Rochester. Then Kim from Rochester again. Then Crowley 13. Then Wild Bill Wassman. Alley Cake. And then Wild Bill Wassman. Then Alley Cake. Then Miss Kyla. John Smith. Oh, what was the one song by... I like the one... What the hell's his name? Who does the Ooh Baby Baby song? That's not the name of it. Wild World. Or Wild World. I can do that one pretty good. If it's the original version, the live one. What the hell's that guy's name? It's not... I don't think that's James. Hell, I can't remember. Alright, so anyway, Sandy Shirley. Thanks, Sandy. Yeah, Cat Stevens. Yeah, there you go. And then we had John Smith, Richard Watts. Hey, but before I forget, I'll go over to... Yeah, that one's good. All right. Also, I want to say thanks tremendously to Marty's Bar and Grill for his buckets of coffee there. And then we've got Chris O'Connell, and earlier in the day, Gail, and then Sandy Shirley on PayPal. And I think that is all the extras. No, I don't know any Toby Keith. Oh, come on. Yeah. All right, back to this. So we were on... I think we did... Oh, yeah, then John Smith, Richard Watts, Wild Bill Wassman again, then Alley Cake, then Wild Bill Wassman joining in on the $2 holler, then Coco Love, Saint Job, and then Phyllis Watson again, and then Wild Bill Wassman, Saint Job, then Coco Love, then Miss Kyla, Honeybee Fly, Saint Jop, Jim Lawn, Alley Cake, Chris O'Connell gifted 5, Wild Bill Wassman, Songbird, Jim Lawn, Alley Cake gifted 1, Roger Smith, Chris O'Connell, Jim Lawn, Chris O'Connell again, then Lisa Wilkerson, a blast from the past. Then Wild Bill Wassman, Phyllis Watson, Sassy Squatch. Then Phyllis Watson. So, hey, thanks, Phyllis Watson. Your multiple support on there tonight. Really appreciate it. Gifted 5, and then we had Chris O'Connell, and then Sassy Squatch, then Wild Bill Wassman again. And, of course, we always thank Wild Bill Wassman. Honeybee Fly, Roger Smith, Jim Lawn. Guess who? Wild Bill Wassman again. Then Violet, then Roger Smith, then Jim Lawn, then Phyllis Watson again. Thanks, Phyllis. And then me, I gifted 5. And then Coco Love supporting my Ice baby. And then Jim Lawn regarding Eminem. Hey, good night, Chris O'Connell. Anyways, thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for reaching a goal again. I want to have a night where I don't even have to mention it. You know? When's that going to happen? Those are the trolls every time I ask for support, the trolls hate it. You know, they make videos and they make posts and send emails. I never read them. As soon as I read the part where the initial cut down. You know, this person the other day sent me an email. They pretended to try to be helping, and then they just absolutely, you know, in the help, they're saying degrading things. So I just go, get lost, fool, and then just deleted them. It's like, I'm not stupid. I understand what you're trying to do. Yeah, I know. Well, you know, it's also okay. Like, here's the thing. I don't want people, if you can't afford to help support the channel, I'm not asking you to, give up something. It's just people who can, and, you know, if you can, that's great. I just wish there was more people to spread it around the support, because we do great stuff here. Like, yes, my channel makes an income. I survive off of the people supporting the channel, ad revenue, etc. However, I try to find a way to donate thousands out of the income every single month. You know, that's how I do it. You know, it's sort of like a win-win. Hey, you know, you're supporting my channel. We also donate a lot of money, and then we make a big difference. $288,000 in 6 years, 2020. Yeah, I know. So Phil says, I'm glad you mentioned it. because I get caught up in the story. Yeah, and it's like, man, see, but when I bring it up, I'll say, hey guys, if you guys help support the channel. And then sometimes, even after I say that, there's zero for 30 minutes or something. So then it makes me feel like, wow, you know. But, you know, I guess just during that time, people couldn't do it. Yeah, well, I mean, other people just don't get it, I guess. Jessica, it's frustrating because I think when we get the facts of the case and we put it all together, we are so, like, worlds better and accurate, and the way it's put together in a way that's simple and easy to understand, just so much better than how it's presented other places. Because they always got to leave an angle open to make it interesting for the conspiracy people. And, you know, you don't need to do that. Or maybe that's the ticket, you know. All right, you guys. Well, anyways, thank you very much for reaching the goal tonight. You know, it wasn't one of our better nights altogether, but hey, we made the goal. And then got to the point where I could donate $5 on a night where we didn't cover Nancy Guthrie. Man, but maybe tomorrow that's what we'll be doing. Coming up with a theory on where she would have been taken. You know, the direction. Maybe we'll have open lines, people can call in, etc. What do you guys think of that? All right. Thanks, everybody. Marty said, "You're just supposed to sip it, Gray." I guess my sips are bigger. Hey, no problem. Songbird, thank you. Thank you for all your guys' support. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? But who the hell knows what tomorrow will bring? Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, the projector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector, it is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a specter with a vector on his specter.
Adios, Marty's
Remember the fucking gesture. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody.
Thank you for watching Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube, where we cover true crime using logic, reason, common sense, and a pesky thing called facts. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, be safe out there.
Bye.
Hey, Allah, oh.